talking about the purchasing, the buying of books concerning Elvis and his life. Lisa Marie and Priscilla Presley. It's quite a big thing for me at the moment recently, because I think that the way we're gonna help defend Elvis and Lisa Marie is by reading all these different books. There's so many, isn't there? And trying to find different snippets of information that is nearer to the truth. I personally think that there has been so many lies said about Elvis and Priscilla. Things that are just unfair to Elvis, that are unfair to Lisa Marie. The problem we have is this, is that the fans around the world, hi Angie, just doing a quick 10-minute live. The problem we've got is the fans around the world are quite easily led. I mean that in a respectful way. That there's just a general thing where the fans read something, whether in the before the internet, whether it was the magazines or the tabloids or the news clips. So people would just read the things that we were spoon-fed by. Really, a lot of it was by Priscilla Presley, with these different interviews, these press releases, these magazine interviews, the tabloid stuff. We would get snippets of things, or maybe the book Elvis and Me would come out, and the tabloids, the magazines would sensationalize it and do pick out a topic in the book Elvis and Me and really make a big thing of it that really trashed Elvis. So at the moment, I'm like, we need to sort of start going through these books and just start picking out the lies, pick out the bits that are just unfair to Elvis, that are untrue, the blatant lies, the ones that are so clearly, obviously not correct, but many thousands, if not millions, if not tens of thousands of people are believing the bullshit. How many things are believed by the general public? This really sort of bothers me. It's like you could go up to any stranger in the street and ask him about Elvis or Priscilla, and they'll tell you a bunch of stuff that just isn't true. But I don't blame them, because they've been brainwashed for 50 years. Snippets of lies, just a general, almost gossip type information. Stuff that is just so clearly not correct. But these people, Joe Blogs we call them in England, just believe it. And then when you start to tell these people that there's a different truth, almost a hidden truth, there's an alternate truth to what's being said, they don't want to believe it. I find that when I try and defend Elvis, people just disagree with me. They're like, that ain't true. And it's so clear, it's sort of obvious. People just sort of say the obvious things, he took drugs, he was seriously unfaithful, and he treated Priscilla like terribly. But when you start to understand all the facts, you start to realize that Priscilla actually was doing a lot of things that were wrong as well. Priscilla was unfaithful. She was up to no good. She may have had a cunning plan. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? Everyone blames Elvis for the failing of the marriage between Elvis and Priscilla, when the truth is it could be Priscilla that was doing all the damage. So my thing to you guys on this short little live is, don't believe everything you're told. All these horrible things that are said about Elvis, maybe they're not true. Maybe the truth has been distorted, bent out of shape. Now remember, Elvis can't defend himself. So we're hearing all these lies being said about Elvis, whether it be in these books, documentaries, interviews, in these movies, and the main population sort of believe it. So this is why we're called Defending Elvis, because we can jump in and go, it's not true, guys. Elvis wasn't as bad as people think. Elvis may have been one of the kindest people that ever lived. Elvis was a loving, caring Christian man with a golden heart, with a good heart. He wasn't just talented. He wasn't just talented and good looking. He really did try and help people. He really went out of his way to just give away his fortune to help mankind. He really did care about people, random people, strangers. He didn't just buy people cars and jewelry and homes. He would help people get better. He would pay people's medical expenses, complete strangers. Elvis really didn't want his very large amount of cash income for himself. Elvis, as soon as he started receiving money, would think about how he could give it away in a way where he could help people. Remember, he was a real good Christian man. He really did live by the Bible. He would pray every night. He would get down on his knees and pray with his Bible. You get it, guys? This warped version of Elvis that the world believe is so unfair to Elvis. I actually think Elvis would be horrified by the way that some people portray Elvis, talk about Elvis, perceive Elvis. Now, we all know Elvis had this amazing talent, don't we? We all know about Elvis's amazing talent and how good looking he was, how charming he was, and funny. But he was much more than that. He was much more than that. I really do think if Elvis had been given a chance, he would have done so much more good. 42 was way too young to die, wasn't it, guys? Elvis really, if Elvis had lived till he was 80, 90, could you even imagine the good he would have done for mankind? Because he really did want to make a difference. He did feel a purpose. He did feel a calling that he was given these God-given talents to help people. He really did think that there was purpose in why he had been so blessed. And obviously, as a Christian man, he tried his best to do what he could with the little time that he had. But it did just seem that it all just got way too much for Elvis. It was maybe too much for him to handle, maybe overwhelming. Yeah, this simple man from Mississippi, Tupelo, who suddenly had the world at his feet almost overnight, and then almost straight away was trying to just give away all his money, give away his fortune to help people. I would say in some ways Elvis even felt guilty about the success he had, about the amount of money he had, the adoration he got, you know, women falling at his feet. I actually think eventually Elvis felt, why me? Why me? Do I deserve it? And because it's happened to me, I need to do good with it. I need to help the world. I really believe that. We know Elvis loved his country, but it was more than that. Elvis felt he could do good, and he searched for purpose, Elvis. We know that he would avidly read dozens and dozens of books, trying to search for some meaning and purpose, as well as the Bible. The Bible was obviously his favorite book, but a very spiritual man. I think you've seen the documentary called The Searcher, and that really does sum Elvis up. He really was searching towards the end. I really believe that. So we need the world to see just how good Elvis was, which is why on this channel we're called Elvis Presley Long Lost Footage, but we run a channel called Defending Elvis with a team called Team Elvis, and I really do think that our channel can make a difference. I really do. I think that if we're persistent with it and we just keep trying with it, I really think we can get Elvis's message out there, because we are now the voice of Elvis, aren't we? The fans around the world, we are the voice of Elvis. So we can spread the good, spread Elvis's message, maybe carry on in some small way doing what Elvis really wanted to do, and that was to help people, yeah? To help his family, to help his fellow man, to help the world, to help his country, yeah? So this is what we do over on our other channel on YouTube called Defending Elvis Presley. So please join us. We do daily live streams. We tend to do a couple a day at least. just exposing the wrongdoing to Elvis, teaching the world how good Elvis was, and that we lost him way too soon, guys. We lost him way too soon. Anyway, gotta go. I'll see you all tomorrow. You take care. All the best from Louis on Elvis Presley long lost footage.